Oh! How you doing, folks? It's Wolfman Dave here again, and I am here to tell you more about my awesome fucking collection. So, let me see what I've got here for you. By the way, how do you like wolf bites? In any case, I have a very good film here for you. Now, this one has a little bit of a story to it, and evidently, a lot of people put some money into this film, and it's directed by Dustin Wade Mills. Now, a lot of people put money into this to get it. Now, it didn't come out for the longest time, but it finally came out. Sources, and here it is, signed. Her name is Torment 2. Now, I actually had the first one, but I figured I'd want to show you the cover. Awesome skullies and some mannequin-looking figures on the back, so it definitely looks worth some while. I don't know. I'm going to check it out. I haven't checked it out yet, but Dustin Wade Mills is definitely some sick shit. So, in any case, there we go. Whew. Now, we have a Clint Eastwood film here. 3-disc deluxe edition, including the CD soundtrack. And it's called Mystic River. It's kind of actually, that's $1 Million Baby. But I also have another Clint Eastwood here called Mystic River. And that's also a 3-disc, including the CD soundtrack. And they're from Warner Brothers. So one's a thriller, and I think the other stars Hilary Swank, $1 Million Baby, and those are definitely some cool kick-ass films. So I think that these are worthwhile to have in the collection. They look pretty snazzy. I can take them out and look at them for you. I smell chicken. Let's see. Ooh. Oh, what is that? Oh, it pooped out a CD. Cool. So, that's how the setup is. The other thing is, I don't really like some of the way some of these are set up. I wish they were more plastic than this, whatever it is here. So, there's the cover. It comes with a nice little box here. I'm sure they call this a slip cover. But anyways, there we go. Mystic River and $1 Million Baby. So, let's see. What else do I have here? Ah, yes. The newest Godzilla, which is called Shin Godzilla. Now, I prefer to watch these in subtitles, but you know what's kick-ass about this copy? Is that it also has a dubbed version, too. Not as good as the old dubbing, where it was like... And you can see, hear the words and see the lips move like miles afterwards. But anyways, Shin Godzilla... It was definitely a worthwhile film. I think it was a unique film adaptation. Whether or not it was a good reboot of the series, I don't know. I thought the fucking thing looked kind of fake as hell at first. You saw the eyes bulging out as it was transforming and shit. So, but once it got moving and stuff, I actually thought it was actually relatively decent. So there you go, Shin Godzilla. And that is a Blu-ray DVD combo. Now, once again, I am against Blu-rays. for the specific fact that there's nothing wrong with DVDs. Once you get that through your head, then you can get off this Blu-ray shit. Moving on. Now, the next is an Australian film called Suburban Mayhem, which is directed by Paul Goldman, and it's basically based off of some real killings around that time period. So here we go. Katrina Skinner is young, hot, and just a little bit crazy. She's a conniving teenager who manages to wrap the men in her life around her manipulative fingers through unspeakable methods. When her brother goes to prison for murder and her father stops financing her lavish lifestyle, Katrina's life spirals into a world of twisted lies, drugs, sex, and ultimately murder. Suburban Mayhem paints a darkly comic portrait of modern youth culture and the mysteries behind life in suburbia. So there we have it. Australian Suburban Mayhem. She definitely looks sexy on the cover. But in any case, there we go. Moving on. Now, everybody likes Westerns. This one's set up in kind of a documentary type style. So it's definitely a different aspect of filmmaking. And this is a 3-disc, I believe a 2-disc version from the UK on the assassination of Jesse James with Brad Pitt and Casey Affleck. So I definitely like the cover on the outside. There's a booklet on the inside. And see those numbers? Well, yeah, that's Region 2. That's what Region 2 looks like. So, and see that video TV in the back? Yeah, that plays all regions. Except for Blu-rays, which I hate with a passion. Anyways, moving on. I'm told that this film is actually cool. It's directed by Patrick Bryce. It's called Creep. Looking for work, Aaron comes across a cryptic online ad. $1,000 for the day. Filming service. Discretion is appreciated. Low on cash and full of naivety, he decides to go for it. He drives to a cabin in a remote mountain town where he meets Joseph, Mark Duplass, his cinematic subject for the day. Joseph is sincere and the project seems heartfelt, so Aaron begins to film. But as the day goes on, it becomes clear that Joseph is not who he says he is, and his intentions are not all pure. The director's directorial debut of Patrick Bryce and produced by Jason Blum, Paranormal Activity, Insidious, and Mark Duplass, Safety Not Guaranteed. Creep's intensity, interplay between its two protagonists, upends expectations at every turn. So, there you have it. It's Creep. And I'm definitely looking forward to looking at it. Anyways, moving on. Let's see. Ah, yes, Dead Creatures. Look at the title. Looks like she's screaming, got a few teeth. Ooh, she looks sexy to me. Might have been one of my exes. Oh, well. Anyways. It's directed. Doesn't really say a director. Director of photography, Long Pig Films. Oh, Fangoria. Fangoria presents it from Bedford Entertainment. Dubbing mixer, Tudor Davies. Music and editing, Andre Parkinson. So I'm trying to figure out who the director is. Anyways, I haven't seen a director on this thing, other than knowing that it's actually got Fangoria kind of mixed with it. So, anyways, there you go. Dead Creatures. Definitely looks cool. Hey, moving on. Discopath, a film by Renaud Gauthier, and this one definitely looks kind of kooky. It's directed by that guy. So, the mid-70s, a timid young New Yorker leads an uneventful life until he is painfully exposed to the pulsating rhythms of a brand new genre of music, disco. Unable to control his murderous impulses that stem from a traumatic childhood experience, Dwayne Lewis, Jeremy Laverne, transforms into a dangerous serial killer, exiled to Montreal. From the unbelievable set design to the killer disco soundtrack, featuring cuts from Casey and the Sunshine Band and Kiss. Director Renaud Gauthier's Discopath truly is fun from kooky start to its absolutely bullshit finish. Mark L. Miller. Ace in Horror. Ain't it cool news? So there we have it. Discopath. Definitely looks kind of cool. So definitely going to check that out. Looks kind of funky. Play that funky music, white boys. Anyways, moving on. Here's one with John Travolta. We haven't heard from him in a while, but this one's Domestic Disturbance. It's got Vince Vaughn, who played that bad version of Psycho. In the edge-of-your-seat thriller, John Travolta, Be Cool, Ladder 49, stars as Frank Morrison, a man who discovers that his son's new stepfather, Vince Vaughn, Wedding Crashers, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, is not who he pretends to be. Frank's investigation into this man's past explodes into a terrifying mission to rescue his son from the ultimate danger. This critically acclaimed hit will have your heart pounding from start to finish. So, Domestic Disturbance definitely sounds like a thriller, kind of an action thing. Probably is definitely up my alley. And we'll definitely check this out fairly soon. I'm pretty sure I've actually seen this before. It's just I finally picked it up. So, anyways, Domestic Disturbance. There you go. Moving on. Here we go with another action film. It's called Easy Money, Hard to Kill. Looks like it's done by written by, in collaboration with Canal Ragnhild Thorbeck. Ah, there's the director, Babak Najafi. I knew that a turban head was involved. I hate, you know what? Those guys remind me of two, Q-tips. Anyways, moving on. Evil Spirits with Karen Black and Artie Johnson. Now this looks promising. Let's see. We have director Gary Graver. Dark comedy thriller that manages to skillfully blend humor and mystery into an incredible film from its thrilling beginning to its shocking climax. This superb all-star cast is a unique collection of characters who will find themselves with one very special thing in common. They're all boarders of Mrs. Ella Purdy and totally dependent upon her gracious nature. The suspense mounts as one by one they fall sacrifice to ominous secrets enshrined within the walls of her foreboding house. Murder and mayhem prevail throughout the tense, often humorous situations as each victim draws nearer to his fate. So here it is. Evil spirits. Back front. Kind of a plain back, but you know what? For an independent look, not too bad. Anyways, moving on. So this is a superhero one. It's called Fool and Final. It is directed by Ahmed Khan. Look at that funky title. Here we go. The loot is smuggled around to Pubai, and the local crime syndicate wants the loot for themselves, but all the criminal masterminds have not planned for the shenanigans of Raja Shanid Kapoor, who, to please his lover, Tina's Arisha Takya uncle, a supposed master, Brian Chelsea, Paresh Rawai, sets out to search for the diamonds. A self-styled driver, Johnny Lever, helps the trio to flee in time, but only to land them in hotter water than before. Raja has no other option than to rope in Muna, Sonny Decky, a professional wrestler, and his agent Lucky, Vivek Obersi, to find the diamonds. Now, with all of them caught up together, are obviously the evident brains of Chelsea, where intelligence is an understatement. This stylish rosary turns into a fun, frolicking comedy. Now, that was actually very hard to read. In any case, there's a superhero thing from what looks like the... I don't know what you would actually call them. But in any case, carrying on to a new film. Goblin. In any case, there is a director named Raul Sanchez Inglis. But that was written by. But Jeffrey Lando is the director of this film. So there's Goblin. Cool cover. Definitely some different pictures on the back. Anyways, moving on. Haunting of Winchester House. This is the unrated and uncut version of the film, The Haunting of Winchester House. So that is definitely very cool. Cover. And for dealing with Asylum, we got Mark Atkins as the director. which basically a family moves into the mansion to act as caretakers. But when a male violent force abducts their daughter, they discover why the house deserves the reputation as one of the most haunted places in America. So, ladies and gentlemen, I bid you adieu for tonight. I hope you've enjoyed my collection. Ta-ta for now.